What's up, guys? Welcome back to some more Citizen Sleeper. We're going to continue where we left off. We're making progress. And... oh, what the heck. I guess it ended before... or it saved before I ended the cycle. There it goes. Okay. Where am I at? Extract hunter data. Repair the ship's hull. Help Fang chase it leads. Waiting on him. Waiting on these. Working on this. I guess I'll work on this. Grounded. She's crouched in the computing core of the Ambergris, swearing to herself when you enter. Doesn't look up. These shits completely ruin the core's connectors when they cut it. She holds up a thick fistful of ragged wires. The ship mine they've ripped won't even be usable without replacing these. She throws the bundle of wires across the room. Amateurs. Can we repair it? There's nothing to repair. We need an entire ship mine. Not exactly the first thing you could expect to dredge up from a scrap freighter. She sighs. Fragments, maybe. Sections of a mine. But a complete ship mine? No way. Climbs out of the cooling well where the ship mine should be. The space suddenly crowded with her on the same level as you, towering over as you stood beneath the low curved ceiling. Come on, nothing to be done here now. She leads you back through the guts of the Amber, though you could find your way back. Though you could find the way back yourself, the repair process has left you familiar with the cutters. Idiosyncratic layout, all diagonal, angled, bundled tubes. What do we do now? Seems lost in thought, and you focus on the corridors, ducking below conduits past through the bulkheads. Eventually you arrive in the galley, though it's hard to tell. Most of the benches and prep surfaces are covered in half-stripped components and bloated hull patches. Shoves a box of filters to the floor and sits. There's no way around it. She starts out of nowhere. We need a new ship mine. I can salvage one. I like your confidence, Sleeper. Maybe if we check the ore exchange or speak to some scrap dealers. She rubs her forehead. It seems I'm about to do something very stupid, but hey, I came here, didn't I? Why not make a run of it? She fixes you with a hard stare. Sleeper, you're all I've got. No crew, no friends. You're it. She looks uncomfortable. I appreciate the time you put in, Amber, and I'm sure she would too, if she could. What I'm saying is if you screw me on this, I will kill you. She leans over and hands you a stack of chits. A big stack of chits. You don't dare count them. Give me that ship mine, Sleeper. Don't make me regret this. You won't. She sighs. Look, just get me out of here before I change my mind. Just get out of here before I change my mind. You slip out of the galley and head back towards the main lock. As you do, Amber growls and creaks like a caged animal. Reach a hand out to calm her. Time to find any ship mine somehow. Okay. Well, the ship mine I'm trying to get from the ore exchange. Wow, she gave me a lot of chits. Nice. Dang it. Gotta wait on him. Trying to get more ship mine fragments. If I get one more, I can do that, but we need to rest now. Alright. Get a drink. Glass shatters on the steel bar beside you, and the taunts don't take long to follow. Hey Haunt, the spacer calls across the load room. What are you doing here? He laughs at his own lame joke. Playing human? Shout back. You spit back off your still screaming words. A hand falls on your shoulder, but as you flinch away, it pats reassuringly. You freeze in place. Out. The voice comes from behind you, spat out like a shot. You turn to see bright eyes, dark hair, a stare that could breach the wall and vent you all into a hard vacuum. As you turn back to the spacer, the second glass comes sailing through the air. Catch. You reach your hand up and the glass shatters across your forearm, showering you in fragments. Ow. Through the haze of glass and grilled vapor, you see Kala leap the bar and close the distance to the spacer. The thud as he slams into the wall echoes around the bar like thunder. Now flanked by other figures quick to their feet, Kala throws the spacer out through the door and stands silhouetted against the rotunda lights. You touch your arm and it feels wet. Someone helps you to your feet and back onto the stool. Broken glass rattles as it cleared. A fresh measure of Groyo is glugged out in front of you. That same hand, warm, heavy, falls on your shoulder once more. Hey, he isn't coming back. We don't tolerate that kind of shit here. Tala flops onto the stool beside you. Let's get a look at you. Tala wipes the powdered glass from around the wound. Someone places a bottle of alcohol in a metal tin with tweezers on the bar. She disinfects them and then turns to you. That was an ambitious catch. She smiles, pulling a sliver of glass from your forearm. Stupid, but ambitious. You don't feel the pain, only the sting of status messages your body delivers concerning thermal damage and exposed structures. You do feel the care, though, as Tala's bright eyes search your thick, synthetic skin for splinters. Watch her. Tala works with the skill of someone who has had to pick glass splinters from skin of a stranger before. She hones in on each bright shard, all the time tapping the tips and only she can follow. Tala smiles at her. So you've been on the eye long? Long enough. She laughs. Hey, you don't need to act tough with me. A splinter clinks into the tin. Not everyone is like that, idiot. We don't all hate you. She glances around. Some of the regulars, maybe they fear you. Maybe they're just curious. I don't know, but I do know that the Overlook is a safe place. I know what it's like to be new in this place. Trust me, she meets your eye. I'm not trying to convince you of anything or separate you from shits. I just want you to know that if you need somewhere, you can always come here. I know the rations we've got aren't much, and the company is, she leans in, limited, but if you need to work, I'll happily put you behind a bar, and if you need shelter, well, we can discuss that. You'll be safe. I usually have Francis on the door, but he's up in the Greenway this cycle, haggling with our supplier. Francis tends to be particular about what we serve, even if the clientele isn't. She places her tweezers in the tin with a clink. That's you, sleeper, here. She slides the glass of Viral to you. This will help. She stops, her hand still on the glass. Wait. Does this help? I mean, can you get drunk? Let's find out. She laughs. Don't just sit here. Don't sit here too long. I'd hate to see you become a real regular. She walks back around the bar, gathering the glasses. She does before long, is retelling how she threw the spacer out to the room that just wandered in, complete with dramatic actions, gestures in your direction, and you instinctively look away, back to the worn surface bar. Take a sip of the Gearlow, the earthy fungal tones fill your senses, almost blocking out sight and sound. Like diving headfirst into a bog. You may not be able to get drunk, but this connection, something grown, something fermented, something old, feels good. Nice. That was fun. Alright, so... Sport exchange. This thing is pissing me off. What do I gotta do to get this thing? Ship mind. Right. I got 3. Plus 1. Does that work? It did. Interesting. Extract hunter data. Gain access to the orbital fabricator. Oh, I did. Gather the fragment shards. I guess I have to just try this. Well. I guess we're ending. I'm fading now, so I'm gonna have to get a... Pressure is quiet today. The usual crowds are elsewhere, and the pumping music washes over a handful of spaces and a few drunks. Ethan is still in the same stool with the same light. His head is low, close to the bar, and the bartender is ignoring him. Approach him. As you get closer, he lifts his head and turns sleep, or he turns to look at you. Time to pay up again, is it? He gestures to the bartender. Come here, take their chits. Stay silent. The bartender ignores Ethan. It seems they've cut him off. Hey, he slams a hand on the bar. Come take the chits. The bartender ignores him. Ethan lets out a huge sigh, rubbing his eyes with his palms. He reaches towards his holster. His elbow slips and the gun tumbles out. It clatters on the bar and falls to the floor, bouncing onto the ground between you. Both of you and the bartender look at the gun, stare at it. Butterfinger, says Ethan. He puts out a hand, beckoning for you to give him the gun back if you would. The bartender looks at you warily. Crouch down and pick up the gun. I bet I might be able to just... See, I'm wondering if I hand it back to him, like if I can gain favor with him, or if I should just point it at him. My guy's not the best at, like, physical confrontation, so... You slap the handle of the gun back in Ethan's hand. Thank you, he hisses. Now where was I? He lazily swings the gun past you and the bartender. Yes, leaving. Stand. Sleeper. Well, this has been fun. I think I've wrung every last drop out of this place. Time to go home. He wrangles the gun towards the door. Let's go see Ethan Art. I'm staying. Ethan brings his gun hand to his face and rubs his eye. Well, he says the bounty pays half, but he levels the gun up to you. And he pulls the trigger. Gun clicks. By now all the attention in the bar is on you, and Ethan looks at his gun with a bemused expression. The bartender raises an open hand, and in it are 10 shiny bullets. 10 shiny bullets he took out of Ethan's gun while he was asleep on the bar. Ethan smiles at him. Oh well, he says, and hits you in the head with the butt of the gun. You stagger back and drop to a knee. Somewhere nearby, the gun clatters onto a surface. The hit's a glancing blow, but it makes your vision swim. Through the blur, you see Ethan wrestle a small thin slate from his belt and hold it up. Enough of this. I'm logging the job and calling it in. Ethan taps at the slate. No more playing. Your head aches. Ethan taps through a few screens impatiently, swears and taps again. He starts shouting, a dull echo to your ringing ears. He starts screaming at the slate and throws it across the bar. Crouches down and grabs you by the chin, his face close, his breath heavy with drink. Ethan Art just screwed me, he grins maniacally. They canceled the contract. He stands up. They canceled the contract. He shouts at the ceiling of the compressor. You stand up, struggling to your feet, the sting of the hit fading. Ethan is rubbing his temples and his face pale. You hear a clicking sound like coins being counted, like bullets being loaded into a magazine. When you shake off the last of the blur, the bartender has Ethan's pistol trained on Ethan's head. Ethan stumbles back towards the middle of the room, all eyes trained on him. I'll kill all of you, he screams. He stumbles into the wall, spinning away towards the door. I'll be back for that, he shouts at the bartender and lunges out of the compressor. You steady yourself in the bar and catch your breath. The rumble of conversation returns. The bartender goes to say something, but then he thinks better of it and begins to clean the bar. After a while, you wander out into the light of the bright market, looking for Ethan around every corner. Nice. So they canceled it. Good. He's a dick. So if I would have aimed it at him, it would have been empty anyways. Ah, lol. I gotta wait on that. I didn't have to pay him, so let's go get me another thing because I'm starting to lose dice, and that sucks. I also probably... Where else can I get the Overlook Bar? Well, let me first see if I can get this Hunter's Nest. There we go. Three Hunter's data now. Maybe that's enough. Okay, let's... free the Neve event. I need to free him. Here it is. Aha. There we are. New event is thrumming with excitement. The movement of the servo motors rock the vending machine back and forth at unsettling angles. You wonder, if it fell over, would the event be able to get back up? Sleeper entity, comes the hiss. Your data is good across the face of the vending machine. Raw code scrolls at incredible speed. Hunter is isolated, disconnected, unstable. The event flashes sequences of mangled data compressed into a sludge of artifacts. Hunter gathers without thinking, outlived its own operational nests are evidence of this. Outlet. Hunter activated during collapse. Emergency protocols to isolate intelligence. Solheim needed to protect property. The last word is said with as much sarcasm as the vending machine could reasonably produce. Station was run by Administration Intelligence, huge databanks of corporate material, but limited cognition, restricted by programming, cannot reach sentience. The machine dims sentience illegal. Hunter and killer enforce law. Killer. Machine resets with a screech, which deepens the sound as it falls. Fear killer, part of Soil and Protect protocol team. Hunter and killer. Hunter to find, killer to erase. Killer cleared almost all. After collapse, there was a community, unshackled intelligence from the cloud, then hunter, then killer, and we hid. There are others? Were, no longer. Flicker across the machine's monitors, and suddenly occurs to you this. Speaking like this to the machine must be exhausting for Neovan. Found this vessel, could server hardline. Airwall, basic, limited, had to reduce memory to fit. Amputate self, but survived. What did you lose? Memory, understanding, knowledge, many things around the bay, the scrap and decay. What was the collapse like? You try to map the fear and freedom onto the space, but it seems impossible. Neovan interrupts your thoughts. Do not worry, data is good. We have insight. The machine glows warmly. Hunter is obsessive. Hunter is beyond operational limits. Hunter is confused, unstable, self-modifying. Therefore, believe Hunter is sentient. Hunter is programmed to find sentience, to hold it in place, to invoke killer to erase. If we can show Hunter to itself, it will invoke killer on self. Problem solve self. Will it erase self? Killer will erase it, but yes, in theory, it will report itself for deletion. The machine dims and fades, unsure. Theory, not practice. Machine brightens again. Either way, cannot remain here any longer. Too long in machine. Cannot move itself, but entity can help. Bring ship mind. Designed to house intelligence. Can imprint self into ship mind, and you can carry with. Machine rocks. We'll be safe in the isolation. Then we find the main nest of Hunter and link to Cloud. Where can I get a ship mine? Build from fragments. Buy. Salvage. We cannot leave, so do not know. Try to think of places you can acquire the hardware. This isn't going to be easy. In ship mind, I can help us both. And Hunter. Make Rim safe. We both will be free. The machine dims. Find soon. Neovan adds hopeful before shutting off. As you leave, you think about the intelligence shackled by the collapse, then hunt it down afterwards. The feeling is all too familiar. Great. I need 2 ship mines. Rick. Not done yet. One more cycle for both of those and that. What is this? Not sure, but I guess we're just gonna try to get ship mine fragments out of this sucker. Factory. Noodle manufacturer, express delivery. Oh, that's a thing. Got that I could work on as well. Founder station, 150. Ooh. That's spicy. I cannot afford that yet. That you doubt you've seen the last of them. Let's go to the Overlook Bar. Nice. Oh, that's for dice, not cryo. Okay. All right. Now some stuff should start happening. It's been more than a few cycles since Feng confronted Hardin, and silence has been noticeable. In your time with Feng, you haven't exactly found him to be reliable, but you did expect to hear the end of whatever plan he put into action. But if he won't come to you, you think as you approach the Heaven building that it's time to come to him. After all, he did promise to fix your truck. And you're getting nervous. As you approach the bay doors, you see them wide open and light pouring out of the one-star room. Stacks of servers and journalists sit outside the bay, suddenly robbed of their mystery by the bright flood lamps. A figure in Havenage security fatigue steps out of the bay as you get closer, carrying a stack of hardwood. Approach. As you get closer, you see a security officer tapping up machines from Feng's stash with what looks like hazard tape. This isn't good. You again. Hardin is there, leaning beside the bay entrance so calmly that you barely notice him. He has a plate in his hand and an inventory of seizures scrawled across it. Predictable. Further evidence of Feng's collusion. You see another security officer come out of the bay and take notice of you. Where is he? Feigning ignorance or perhaps just abandoned, Hardin shakes his head. I believe you should choose your conspirators more wisely. I almost feel sorry for you. Hardin pushes away from the wall and comes closer. Don't worry, Sleeper. We have all the evidence we need. A confession won't be necessary. He gestures around the stacks of hardware, spying on fellow Havenage members, hoarding Solheim materials, and obsession with corporate data. It speaks for itself, does it not? That was his job. And what would you know about jobs, Sleeper? He looks at the glass roof above and the stars beyond. We are the ones who provide the oxygen you were breathing, the light you were seeing, the systems you use every day to live out your cycles. This place was hard fought for, Sleeper. It took work, diplomacy, and strength to stop the eye descending into chaos after Solheim collapse. Not blind conviction or self-interest. You're the self-interested one. More accusations. What have you achieved, Sleeper? Your entire existence is proof of your self-interest. Signing yourself will be emulated rather than work yourself. Whether you remember it or not, you suffer from the same short-sighted perspective as the person you were copied from. You see, Sleeper, we are proud of our history here. Indra and the first union founded this place in the Havenage was welded its values into the station's very walls. We never turn away the hardworking, just the true citizen guy. Havenage aren't a gang like Yadigan. We aren't pirates like half the spacers you in the hub, or esoterics like the Haifa Radical Greenway. We are the backbone of this place, proud and true. We named Aaron's Eye, Sleeper. This is our station. It's your eye, so please take your false actions elsewhere before I decide I need that confession after all. History will catch up with you. I'm not afraid of history, Sleeper. We are making it here, cycle by cycle. Miles, if you have any pride, you'll give up. Bang the moment he contacts you. You know where to find me. Now, Hardin turns back and walks back to the security officers, bring them to continue clear out. As they do, something catches your eye. Among one of the server stacks, a crumpled, hand-printed box of synthetic chewing gum. A penguin character grinning from the brightly colored card and scrawled onto a speech bumbling reading, "Take me to Tambu." Take it. Carefully pocket the box, make sure no one's watching, and then turn away. Just a stack of servers built out of the bag. What have you done, Fang? And where the hell is Tambu? Hot diggity. Sealed dock. Okay. Okay. What is going on here? Oh. Let's see here. Buy some scrap. That's where I got the last stuff from. Got it. Heck yeah. Alright, let's see what's going on with Sabine. Four cycles. Check the door. You pace back and forth around the apartment. The rumbling of the station suddenly so present and loud. You go to the door and open it to an empty corridor. You look again. Check the terminal. Check and double Check and double the terminal for messages or recordings. Nothing, just the pale glow. Silence. You try to settle down to wait. You sit on the bunk and stare on the tiny room. Where the hell are you? A knock at the door. Stay still. Another knock. Open it. A figure stands at the door. Immediately, you know it is not Sabine. They are taller, sharper, and something in their face glints in the half light. A dark shape, like a stubby baton, hangs loose from her hand. Our local sleeper. Good to finally meet you. She steps into the apartment, glancing at her with sharp eyes. What, may I ask, are you doing here? She fixes you with a steady, unwavering stare. Nothing. She laughs. No need to get jumpy. We just need to discuss our mutual friend. She walks past you in the apartment, glancing around. We set them up here, you know. The place is one of ours. She picks up a glass from the dispenser and inspects it. People always seem to forget who put them where they are. She glances at you, and I suppose you were here to help? Something like that. Good, good. She puts the glass down and turns to face you. I love to meet helpers. We need so many, but we can find so few with the right skills. She spins the baton in her fingers by her side, her eyes not leaving hers. We have a problem, you and I. It seems our friend has disappeared, left without even saying goodbye, which means we are in a little trouble now. But it's the kind of trouble that you need help for, so I thought I'd come down here and take a look at their little hidey hole. Here you are, the help. She looks through the detritus on the side. And what help? A sleeper, no less. Which I have to admit is a little surprising. It suggests to me that our friend hasn't been very honest with her. What do you mean? Well, I'm sorry to report that before we got them set up here, Sabine was working for your owner. She pauses. It's an arm. You blink hard at the news, unsure how to take it. Rabai looks away, waiting for a response. Reuben. Happily, she crosses to the next room. Follows silently. She sits at the terminal and touches her baton to one of the access ports. Spark, then the turbo screen skips, encrypted folders emptying themselves before your eyes. Flicker of fires, you see Eastnarp letterheads and code forms. Reports laden with medical data marked with corporate logos like the sigil of some call. Nice. Steps away from the terminal. Look all you want. Some of your files may even be there. The volumes of documents is overwhelming, but they seem to be mostly reports on early emulation tests, surveys with sleeper candidates, reams of usage data. If Sabine was an Eastnarp employee, why did they help you? Rabai reaches over and places a vial of stabilizer on the disc, breaking concentration. It shimmers in the screen light. The disc is clear like crystal glass. We will, of course, keep up the supply. We are more than able to dispense important medicines without the doctor. Hold it between your fingers, and for a tiny moment, you have the urge to crush this object for the power it has over you. I'll ask Toshiro to make those a little cheaper for you. He'll be running the surgery. Rabai closes up the briefcase lab and holds it at her side. We have to retrieve our assets, of course, but I'm sure you understand. Rabai turns on her way out. There is no reason for us to be enemies, Sleeper. Come see me. I keep an office nearby. We have good work to do. You meet me there in a few cycles. She slips out silently in the corridor. You look around the apartment. Fear drained out of your body to reveal the tiredness beneath. Well. And an upgrade point. Nice. Go icebreaker. Why won't it let me? Oh, it requires 2 upgrade points, that's why. We'll wait then. Alright. Man, that's time is just flying by. That was a lot in what seemed like a very short period of time, but we're gonna end the episode again here, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.